dito sa ating unang laban. NCAA Season 101 on GTV is about to begin on a rainy Sunday afternoon. Ball is up, game is underway. First crack at the basket for EAC at wala nang paligoy-ligoy. Ito si Jude Bagay, although he pulls it back and they're set it up on the offensive end here. Shortstop Mintes para dito kay Wilmar of Tana. Coach, speaking of Wilmar, that was an encouraging game for him against Arellano.
Well, he had a forgettable game, shooting-wise and foul-wise against San Pedro. It was a passable 9 points. Pero mas malaki kasi responsibilidad ngayon ni Wilmar at ni Jude Bagay dito sa team na to. Kasi they afford Coach Gerson Cabiltes to run packages na nakaposte yung guard, yung small forward nila kay Bagay kasi marunong talaga pumoste. Tapos shooter sa labas yung 4 niya, si Oftana. So nai-invert yung opensa. Nagkailangan mag-adjust ngayon yung mga kalaban. So they go hand in hand eh. Maganda yung tandem talaga nila.
Ang lehitimong big nila dito, si Jacob Shanoda lang.
Si Shanoda, si Loristo, si Bakod na magaganda yung inilaro. Just filling in and playing big. But tingnan mo yung mga Anton. Anton, Martin. Nasanay ako kay Anton. Tingnan mo yung mga tindig na mga players ng San Sebastian ngayon. I mean, you gotta give credit where credit is due. Coach Dan Rose has been working these boys tirelessly. I tip my hat always because he was my conditioning coach when I was still playing. I know the 6 a.m. club.
Okay.
I was talking to him earlier. Look at how they stand. Kaya confident sila na makipag-pisikalan. Etong si Bautista, si Ricio, yung mga bigs nila, Castor, patak talaga eh. And they're fit for the NC because they can run. Dagdag mo pa yung etong si Delarama na ang taas ng work rate. Kaya okay nagpo-compete sila every game.
Yeah. So again, they're a young team. So marami pang may experience itong San Sebastian team na to, but they have the tools to do it as Oftana misses the straight line 3. Ito na, si Cuahaw. Polo Gabat closely guarded by Wilmar Oftana. Drop off Velasco against 2 EAC players.
You gotta have some upper body strength when you catch that and you try to take hits and at least get a shot attempt.
Okay, pasa natin ngayon sa ating courtside reporter for her first report. We have Christine San Agustin. Christine?
Thanks, Martin. Coach Rob Rabagala opened the Stags' pregame huddle with one question. He asked all the players one by one, what is their biggest possession in life? And all the players answered, it's the opportunity to go to school, to study, and most importantly, the opportunity to play in the NCAA. With this, Coach Rob reminded them that if this is truly their greatest gift, then they should play every game as if it were a championship. He emphasized that experiences like these can never be taken away from them. With this, Coach Rob also challenges players to make the most out of every game on the court, to honor the opportunities they have been given, and to play not just for victory, but with gratitude and pride for the jersey they wear. All for now, Martin and Coach Hammer, back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Christine San Agustin, talking about the motivation of these boys. Coach, you need it. You know, you ask it every now and then, bakit ba ako naglalaro? Ano ba yung purpose ko dito? Diba? Kasi sa hirap ng training, questionin mo yung sarili mo. Bakit ko ginagawa ito sa sarili ko? And as long as they see the bigger picture, they're good. You know, they're on the right track.
And knowing how much of a leader Coach Rob is, personally knowing him like that, alam mo na, you have to find those intrinsic motivators for you to go on challenging seasons like this.
And, you know, he's planting the seeds as early as now.
Oo naman.
Dito sa karamihan niyang mga first-year players. Oftana pumunto sa kabila. First 2 points for EAC. Scramble for the ball. And it goes to the Generals. Bagay. Castillo leans in. Nice defense by Gabat. Forward pass. Delarama is against Ochavo on the break. No problem for Junel Delarama.
Marunong mag-menor. Hindi lang raratsyada. Si Delarama just getting his feet underneath him and getting balance. Oh, good matchup. Bagay and Delarama.
Backing up, no good on the hook.
Similar type of players, undersized 4 guys.
That's right. And this is Gabat now, scanning the floor for San Sebastian. 3 minutes having gone by here in the first frame. Lahat ng puntos ng San Sebastian galing dito kay Junel Delarama. Dadagdagan pa niya. 3-point shot goes in. for Janelle.
Playing inspired basketball. He's not only a rebounder, he can provide scoring in bunches.
No, may pangbawi sa kabila. Etong si Wilmar Oftana.
Specialty of the house.
Yeah. 5 points for Oftana.
Oh, good wiper screen.
Ito si Ricio, putting it on the floor. Inagawa ni Bagay. 2-on-1 break. 3-on-2 now, Bagay. That's a good foul by the rookie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, not to take anything away from our vets as we see this move by De La Rama on that. Yan naman yung specialty of the house niya. Offensive rebounding. Again, he's the only guy that I saw in the NC for the past 11 years that I covered personally that got 12 offensive rebounds. Offensive rebounds. Brad, kinilig ako eh.
Grabe.
Kinilig ako na yun. Kasi ibig sabihin, effort plays yun.
That's right.
So, magandang matchup din doon. Well, going back to that tangent, Mart, na kaya medyo kampante din si Coach Rob na to let Paeng move on and explore here options for his future. Kasi he has a loaded recruiting class when it comes to guards. Quahaw, Limanag. Marami sila dyan. Marami silang nakapila. And it might be the best time for Paeng to really make a mark. Oh, kasi he had trouble adjusting with the system. So, his leadership will be missed. But definitely, these boys will come under fire. Ganun lang yan eh. Diyan ka lang ma-develop. Kasi ang hirap palitan nung ari. Parang Nate Robinson eh.
Yeah.
Diba ganun yung effect niya?
Time out.
Pag-usapan natin yan maya-maya. EAC able to tie things up here in the first. Time out muna tayo. I did mention EAC had 4 guys in double figures last time out against Arellano. Etong si Jacob Shanoda, first season with EAC, and one of their veteran guards, etong si Brian Angeles. Coach Angeles, nakita natin to, patpatin first year niya. Now, medyo may muscle na ng konti and he's, taking on some scoring chores. Yeah.
I was mentioning this to Coach Jericho Dinera when we were doing the game that Brian Angeles is a gamer.
Yeah.
He is a tall guard. He can create. He can hustle on defense and a shot maker. Scores in transition in bunches. Sa kabila naman, Jacob Shanoda, we know what this guy brings. He was with San Sebastian a few years back. He would crash the boards.
Yeah.
He would bang. He would be a willing big guy. Yun lang yung kailangan mo eh. If you have talented guards, lalo na yung laro ngayon, perimeter-oriented. If you can take care of rebounds, if you can play big and be a rim protector, kahit undersize ka, makakalaro at makakalaro ka.
Oo nga, no. Dalawa ang former stag sa lineup ng EAC. The other one being Jello Loristo. They faced their former team today. 7-all here in the first frame. EAC has the basketball. Shanoda. Ochavo. Drop pass. Shanoda on the roll. He got fouled.
That is what they really need. They need a guy that sets screens, that has activity. Kasi loaded tong mga guardia ng EAC. Actually, the NCAA. Pag meron kang mga bigs who are mobile, who can catch in traffic, very important yan eh. Kaya kanina I was watching the video of Drex de los Reyes.
Yeah.
He has soft hands eh. When you're looking at big guys, it's not the height eh, it's finishing. Pagka nakakasalo ka ng bola, nakaka-finish ka in traffic, yun, medyo malakas nga yung pectus. And you can balance yourself habang gumagalaw. Ang laking asset mo sa team. Lalo na kung 6'9", 6'10 ka, di ba? So, yeah, you see guys who are getting up there in age, developing their skill sets. Pero that's an important part. If you want to play as a big guy, you need to develop soft hands talaga.
Especially in this league, ano?
Yeah.
Dito kasi takbuhan, tapos magagaling din
Sumundot.
sumundot.
Exactly. Kailangan body of a blacksmith, hands of a surgeon.
Yeah.
Malambot yung kamay mo.
That's right. Oh, Delarama fading away. His first miss today, pero
There
nabiyayaan
you go.
sa ilalim. Etong San Sebastian.
I told you, tignan mo yung mga tindig ng big guys ng San Sebastian. Napasena. Si Castor medyo outside shooter eh. Tsaka si Ricio parehas kasi 4 sila. But the way that they're built, sturdy, tall, with long arms.
EJ. Drop pass. Ganda naman ng setup ng Castillo kay Shanoda.
Wakali.
Jacob has been making a mark here in the first frame.
Doon ka lang, mamimiesta ka dyan, loop guy ka lang, dyan ka lang sa may shaded area, abang-abang.
Makakatanggap ka.
Oh, tapos tatakbo ka lang sa transition.
Forward pass. Jude Bagay. Touchdown and the foul. Free throw coming up for Bagay. Gabat and Bagay just getting tangled up.
Yeah, two tough guys or tough competitors. Ako, I like how Jude Bagay competes. As we see this, ayun, loop ka lang sa ilalim, sundan mo lang yung linya na yan. Brad, magbabago buhay mo basta nasushoot mo yung mga ganyan, tapos big guy ka. On the other end naman, ito Jude Bagay is really a tough competitor. He's very physical. And he would let you know about it. But he just plays the game. After the game, okay na.
Okay na.
And he's in tremendous shape this year.
Yeah. Physical lang talaga itong si Jude
Laro.
Bagay. But he
Bisdak
needs to
eh.
be physical, coach,
Oo.
because he's an undersized big.
Kasi ang laro niya talaga, sentro sa Davao. Ngayon, nung pumunta siya ng Manila sa Arellano, kasi may tira sa labas na develop na wing, pero yung footwork nandoon pa rin. Kaya may mga instances talaga and may mga packages sila. Pag, yung packages, ibig sabihin po sa ating mga kapusong nanonood, may mga set play talaga sila na hinahanap nila yung mga Jude Bagay sa poste. Kasi marunong pumoste na guard. Kaya hindi po pwede ngayon na pag-guard ka, attacker ka lang, shooter ka lang, kailangan kompleto yung laro mo. And that's how you progress for your career.
And look at how EAC is pressuring San Sebastian. Talagang niraratel. Ito ang mga batang player ng San Sebastian. Ian Cuahaw will receive this inbound. Talagang kinukulit siya dito ni Kylo Chavo. He will be challenged. Kasi si Kyle is really a pesky defender.
Oh, yeah. He was recruited from the South as a pesky defender and a shot creator, si Kylo Chavo. So, you expect that. And if you're a guard, ito, I would quote Coach Putita De Vera on this one. If you're a guard and you're small, you need to be a pesky defender, you need to be a strong post defender, and you need to have an outside shot. And you have to have tremendous leadership. Meron yung Ochavo nun.
Meron.
So, kailangan lang ma-check niya yung mga boxes na yun every time that he plays. Hindi pwedeng pa isa-isa lang yung meron ka. Kailangan lahat nun meron ka.
Pag naglalaro siya, every time he gets on the floor. Yeah. Junel Delarama with the steal and the score. Look at the rookie go here. Out of nowhere. Blindsiding Ochavo. Naagawan. Dire-diretso. 9 points for Delarama here in the first 9 of the 11 so far of San Sebastian coming from this guy.
Being a little bit more assertive offensively dahil yung mga points niya usually comes from hustle points and 9 of those points, except for that three-pointer, came off hustle.
Yeah. Former Mythical 5 member in the juniors.
Nakasama rin niya sa Mythical 5
Tsaka si
on the free throw line.
EJ Castillo, who is facing his former teammate Ian Cuahaw. Yan, from the EAC Brigadiers.
And it's a heavy load then for EJ for yung mabigat yung expectations because he was a lights out scorer, mid-range master in the juniors ranks, but now he's facing heftier guys, longer defenders, more athletic guys. The cream rises to the top eh. Ganun yan eh. Pagaling ng pagaling yung mga nakakatapat mo. And there's a learning curve for EJ. And he would get there. I know that he would get there.
He's had a few solid games, Coach Hammer, but not really still the breakout that we're waiting for from him.
He'll get there.
Yeah.
Kasi mahirap din na markado ka, paakit ka pa lang, tawag sa'yo, Kobe ng Cavite. Pwede talagang isa-scout ka ng mga coaches as we see this foul by Aldeo Lucero, which they have, the referees have been consistent on this. Yung inside hand anchor, tinatawagan talaga nila yan. Pag kinakalsuhan mo ng braso.
Ito, kinukulit pa niya na. Itong kanyang bantay, this is Castor. He surveys, handoff to their captain, Felebrico. Felebrico makes his move. And he draws the foul against a fellow veteran in Wilmar Oftana.
And it's nice to see TJ playing his natural small forward position for a change. Kasi last year nagsasentro pa yan eh. And he was ridiculously undersized as a center last season, but he was a mythical 5 member in the seniors, providing a lot of stats for their squad.
And I think, June, itong si Felebrico na laruin yung natural niyang posisyon kasi magta-transition na siya, no, Coach Hammer, to the next level of his career.
Alam mo, ang naaalala ko sa kanya, ito isa to sa mga favorite kong college players sa States, PJ Tucker. Kasi PJ Tucker was a
Meron din ba
defensive
siyang sneaker
player.
collection?
Hindi yung sa sneakers. Pero yung, he can take the shot from the outside. But when PJ Tucker was in college sa Texas, he was a rebounder, an offensive option, and he loves to pass. Noon kilala na lang natin siya sa NBA na 3-point specialist, defensive player, dahil nung nasa EuroLeague siya, kailangan na niya mag-transition. You need to have a role in the NBA for you to sustain. Pero nung college, ganun eh, undersized na 4, rumi-rebound, nagsisimula ng fast break. Tapos syempre, papasahan mo sa wing, mga TJ Ford. Tapos dumating, last year niya, si Kevin Durant na yung pinapasahan niya. So, ganun eh. Sila nila DJ Augustine yan eh. Naalala ko lang, kasi yun yung mga peg eh. If you're an undersized 4, kailangan manonood ka internationally, hindi NBA eh.
Oh, yeah.
Mga Shane Battier.
Yeah. Those were good Texas teams.
Oh yeah,
by the
very
way.
good Texas teams.
DJ Augustine, you mentioned TJ Ford, one of the top picks.
Alam ko nag-abot
in his
pa
class.
sila nun eh, o noong 03 kasi recruiting class niya yun eh. Or masyadong nauna na si Augustine na yung point guard. I need to rehash my memory. I watch too much basketball, my friend.
Well, yeah.
Pero yun eh, yun kasi yung mga gusto mong makita na multifaceted na forward that can rebound, shoot outside, score on the post.
That's TJ Felebrico.
Yeah,
for
yun yung
San
mga peg
Sebastian.
dapat na pinanonood niya.
Wala. Baseline drive for Lucero.
Itong si Lucero din, kailangan lang maglaro in control. To be a little bit more disciplined. Kasi marami siyang mga actions na hindi na kailangan. Pero mahusay maglaro tong batang to eh.
Talagang difference maker si Aldeo Lucero. Meantime, here's that move. Blowing by Lumanag that time and scoring at the hoop. 16-11 here in the first frame. There's that foul on the other side. Lucero trying to blow by Lumanag. And we have a timeout on the floor. Magbabalik po kami. Balik sa ating laban, Jonel De La Rama had 9 points and 15 rebounds previously against JRU. Coach, ito yung hustle na sinasabi mo dito sa batang to.
And kasi si De La Rama naman, he is now asked and tasked to score points. But he's 38 minutes.
Yeah,
But for the most part,
38
guy,
minutes.
For his next 5 years, ang magiging role nito, magiging defensive stopper ng mga import. Kasi ang lakas ng katawan and makakapagdagdag pa to ng opensa niya. And he rebounds really well. He just has that knack of getting those rebounds. Not only defensively, kasi ang pinakamahirap yung kumuha ka ng offensive rebounds as a guard. Crashing and just palitan ng muka. Kasi pag rebounding, masakit talaga sa katawan.
And he has produced some early numbers dito sa laban natin. 9 points, 4 rebounds, 4 out of 5 from the field.
Ayan, dyan ka lang dapat lagi tatabi.
Ayan.
Yan ang dapat mo katabi kasi ako, lagi, when it comes to rebounding, as we see Aldeo Lucero, ito hari daw ng panalay, sabi ng kaibigan ko sa...
Si Lucero.
Si Lucero tsaka si Bagay. Ninyo, maayong adlaw sa'yo ha. Nagtanaw ngayon na ng ating dula. Marami nanonood sa atin sa Cebu tsaka sa Davao. Kasi
Salamat
mga Davao boys tong mga players nila eh. Mga Bisaya. Pero ito si Lucero naman, very impressed ako sa kanya. He just needs to control his antics. Kasi minsan nakakasama na sa team niya yung mga ginagawa niya. Pero ang galing magwardya, ang galing umatake. Pag na-control niya yan, another weapon eh. Especially, tinitignan ka rin ng coaches for the next level. Kailangan, kung pesky defender ka, kailangan yung kalaban na binabantay mo, hindi yung team mo na nasasaktan din, di ba?
That's right. Oh, kasi pag pumapasok si Lucero, nag-iiba yung complexion ng laro para sa EAC.
Tumataas yung energy. No, tulad yan. Hard double. Tinamaan pa yung, pati yung cameraman natin, tinamaan. Grabe yung double sa ilalim eh. Makikita natin on the replay. You can shut down You can shut down the defense. But you have to control yourself. You can't be just a bull in a China shop.
Yeah. That's true. Doon pa nagkakaproblema itong si Aldeo Lucero. We were so high on him rather since last year. Binangga. Pati yung cameraman natin. Foul daw, sabi nung cameraman namin. Dito sa GMA. Boom!
So it's playing under control. Playing under control, that's very important.
Ian Quahaw at the free throw line.
Para mga 2 years na nating inaantay maglaro to ng in control. Kasi marami siyang positives na nabibigay eh. Maraming positives. Pero kailangan relax ng konti, Brad. Kasi yung positive mo na gagawa ka ng isang tama tapos dalawang mali, hassle, di ba? Kaysa nakakalaro ka ng mas matagal. Hindi tumatanda si Coach Gerson.
Tama, dun siya nababawasan ng playing time. Ito siya, acting the rock right now. Quahaw nailing a free throw, so it's a 6-point advantage for EAC. Omandak, balik sa labas. Lucero, diba? There's no good on the layup, but he got there. Ryan Angeles stepped on the line.
Of that open drop, of the catch. Nakaapak yung paa ni Brian Angeles. Kitang-kita pa, pula kasi yung sapatos. Kita doon sa puting linya.
Halatang-halata siya. So a chance for San Sebastian to bring down the lead. Bunch of young guys on the floor with the exception of TJ Filibrico for them. Si Quahaw naman yung umapak, pero sabi niya, tinulak daw siya. No foul called though.
That wasn't a foul. Kasi umahabol lang si Lucero. Every time you're moving, you can put a hand there, pero pagkatata gagamit, kailangan bumibitaw ka. You can use him as a guide. As long as you don't put weight on that forearm.
So, the young guards of San Sebastian having problems against EAC's defense. Omandak forced it. But it goes outside. Exactly 2 minutes remaining in our first quarter. This is a lengthened first quarter we're having so far. Both teams independently shooting several free throws already. Lucero backing down. Lucero. That's the whistle.
Yep. So nakita mo yung ito kasi yung value na nabibigay niya. When you sit Ochavo, you need to have a guy in the second group who is also as aggressive, kasi ang galing nitong mag-dribble eh, who is under control and who can set his teammates up. Kasi second group nila, yun yung nagiging problema ni Coach Gerson. Pag nag-foul trouble si Lucero, kailangan niya mag-extra small lineup. Ipapasok na si Tolentino or si Villarente. Kasi si Kinal is a shooter but you need to set him up. The best attributes of Nico Kinal is he can be a dead-eye shooter, but you need to have a shot creator. Si Tolentino, outside shooter din. Si Villarente, outside shooter din. So yung mga pyesa na nakapalibot, Umandak shooter, Kinal shooter, Angeles secondary attacker, tapos Loristo loop guy. Si Lucero ang pinakabagay na kasama ng grupo na yun. Pag nagpa-fall trouble siya or nagiging out of control, hindi ma-maximize ngayon ni Coach Gerson yung kanyang team. And a little bit of discipline will go a long way for him.
Nawawala yung facet na yun.
Exactly.
Kapag inilalabas siya ng maaga.
Biglang ill-fitting parts yung nandun sa team.
Here's the drive. Lumanag.
At basket, goaltend.
So it's a hoop for San Sebastian. They are within a minute and a half remaining. Ito sa ating first quarter. Coach Rob Labagala animated on the sidelines, sending instruction to Nin Castor. Ito, si Aldeo Lucero. Lucero handles Oman back for 3. Left it short. Kinal gets it. Ilalabas kay Lucero, who pulls the trigger as well. Hits back iron. Another offensive rebound for EAC. Fresh 14 is down to 9. They swing it to Kinal. 3 misses from the outside. Loristo, sabi niya, mas malapit, wala pa rin.
Point blank miss for Jello Loristo, but we like the ball movement of EAC on that sequence.
On top is Gabat. Felebrico.
Pistol action on top.
Felebrico turns around, fades, opted for the tougher shot.
Oh, good rebound.
Lumana, yes!
Itong Lumanag, very impressive din as a 2-guard, combo guard. Plays well inside the system. And itong team na to scrappy, They like to scrap for extra possession. There you go.
The getaway by Aldeo Lucero.
He has that ability. He has that ability. 7 points off the bench.
Final possession, potentially, of the first quarter. Ito si Nepasena. Gabat surveys the floor. He needs to create, and he does. Step through. Masyado nang malakas yung floater. Isa pa. Nepasena beats the buzzer. Definitely counts for Nepasena, who got this one off just in time. Ito yung galaw ni Polo Gabat, bothered by Angeles, left it a little bit strong. Ito, cleanup by Gabriel Nepasena for San Sebastian. They're checking if it counts, but it looks good. Right now, the score is 21-17. Now they're confirming the counted basket. So the score is 21-19 in favor of EAC. Start of the second frame. It is EAC with a slight advantage here, 21-19. You guys have Martin Aguirre, Coach Hammer, Martin Antonio. Christine San Agustin is in charge of our sideline reports, but EAC with a 2-point advantage here. But it was a game of runs in that first quarter. EAC initially had a 7-point lead, pero nakahabol sa huli itong San Sebastian Stags with a run to trim the lead down to 2. Ito, umabante na ang San Sebastian. It's a 3-pointer for Nepasena, who actually got the final basket of the first.
I was surprised that he shoots that, pero kasi with Castor, sabi ko nga kanina, tsaka si Risho, outside shooting big Meron din pala yung Nepasena.
Nepasena with 7 points off the bench. And
Gigil si Loristo.
yeah, traveling ang tinawag kay Loristo. How about this? Castor dishing it out. Late closeout. And Nepasena took advantage.
Sam Perkins yung slow, high-arcing shot. Big smooth.
So, San Sebastian recovering their lead. They were ahead in the first quarter, 7-2. They had a faster start. EAC took over and grabbed the 7-point lead. Ito sila ngayon, bumabawi sa ating second frame. Let's go to our courtside reporter. Christine San Agustin has a story for us. Go ahead, Christine.
Thanks, Martin. It is time to prove your worth. That is what Coach Gerson Cabildes told the team, as he also reminded the generals that they faced this game headstrong, and that should translate all throughout. He also reminded them to not take their opponents lightly, as he emphasized that the other side is just as eager to win, if not more. Coach Cabildes also stressed the importance of communication inside the court, noting that it was the main thing that helped them secure their previous win, and he is certain that it could also help them extend their winning streak. Yan muna from the courtside, Martin and Coach Hammer.
Maraming salamat, Christine. And Coach Gerson, speaking of, is forced to shuffle his players. Postanes, Devara, Jet Bacud, pumasok na dito. And he mentioned to not take this San Sebastian team lightly. And this is why, Coach.
Every team is a tough out in the NCAA. You can't expect teams to just roll over and give you a win. Yan ang parity. Saka yan, develop yung mga players niya. Kahit mga bata, bibigyan sila ng minuto ng coaches nila.
That's
Saka
right.
masasabi mo nga, ang blue chip lang dito si EJ Castillo. Pero all of these guys are really trying to find their way and claw.
Minsan nga, mas doble pa ang motivation
Naman.
para patunayan yung sarili nila. Nepasena, one of the guys na pinapatunayan yung kanyang sarili dito. De La Rama rattles it home.
Iyo pa pala yung isang blue chip. Nakalimutan ko.
Meron pa daw.
Oh,
Yan.
Janelle De La Rama with 12 points now. Second three-pointer of the game for Janelle.
And he has 5 out of 6 from the field, which is the more impressive stat. Kinal, babawi. Masyadong malakas. Rebound collected. Backward, bumali pa. Wala. Inside pass. And Oftana scores it off the glass.
Good presence of mind by Jetro Bacod. And he's getting increased burn the past few games because he's just right there. He's just a guy who would do his job. Not the most athletic. Might be one of the taller bigs for EAC. But he provides them with some grip underneath the basket. Pero ito, three-point shot by De La Rama. Ayun yung mga mindis yung una. Rebound. Drop pass. Floater.
Are you impressed with how De La Rama is displaying his arsenal today? Nepasena with the mid-range J. Pati siya
Actually,
sumasali.
I'm more impressed with Nepasena kasi si De La Rama nakita na natin ito sa juniors eh. Buhat kung buhat. Pero yung Nepasena, I am impressed with the way that he's playing. Especially the way that he's moving, defending pick and rolls. Mahirap na ano yan, mahirap na trabaho tulad yan. Outside shooter. Again, right-hand shooter, left-hand challenge. Right-hand challenge, pwede kang sumabit sa katawan. You can get clipped.
Oh,
So, makikita natin yung pin down na yan. Yung pin down kay... malayo kasi yung closeout as we see this pass to the interior pass. Good zone offense. On that box and elbow pa yung kay Nepasena. Pero yung three-point shot, ayun o, ang layo ng closeout niya. Kanan shooter, kaliwang kamay dapat ang challenge. Kasi pwede kang sumabit. Usually, pag mga Cuenco, mga Miller, pag tumatalon, medyo sumisipa yung paa, sasabit ka sa katawan.
Jude Bagay on the other side. EAC retaliates here. 28-29. 7 puntos na para kay Bagay. We have a high-scoring game, Coach.
It's a very high-scoring game.
Takbuhan tayo. Devara.
Kasi you're just looking at, for a college game, if you're a defensive coach, as we see this transition by Jude Bagay, if you're a defensive coach, you want to limit your opponents to just 15 a quarter. And that's a high number na nga. Pero right now, we're just, 15 minutes into this, not even, we're just 13 minutes. 13 minutes in our game. Almost 30 points in dalawang teams.
And in the second quarter alone, 3 minuto pa lang yung lumilipas. 17 points na ang itinatala ng magkabilang panig. Ball is tapped around. It is recovered by Gabat. Sumabit itong si Devara.
And this is what you want to see. Nagka-drop to a zone ng EAC. Once they put pressure on the backcourt, they would go down on a zone. We've seen this with JRU yesterday. They would focus on that 2-3 zone. A lot of teams that have not that much of height will drop into a zone. How do you make them pay? You need to take outside shots. You need to shoot from the elbow, and you need to crash boards.
Ganda ng ball movement ng San Sebastian. Risho is doubled. Oh, taken away by Oftana. Here comes Devara. The EAC looks to take back the lead. They go to Jude Bagay, who is bullying Quahao.
As he should. You see a smaller guy right there. You have to seal him hard and ask for the ball. Kasi nga 4 to si Bagay. 4-5 talaga to si Bagay nung college. Ay, nung high school rather. So sanay talaga siyang pumose ng ganyan. Mouse in the house yan. Mouse in the house. And alam natin that he scores from the post. So yeah, kailangan i-scheme talaga. Ayan o. And somebody who knows a thing or two about defending post-ups, Coach Rob Labagala. Kasi if you're a smaller guy, you need to be really strong. I've seen this with Anjo Karam.
Yeah.
I've seen this with Eman Monfort, Coach Eman Monfort. And key yan eh, kasi alam nila, hahanapin ka nila dyan. So dapat para kang fire hydrant, di ka na uusog dyan.
Kilala mo kung sino mahilig pumoste. as Oftana uncorks a 3.
Another offensive rebound by Jet Trabacos.
Isa pang EAC legend, Coach Jerry Esplana.
Oo.
Ayan. Nakikita ko yung mga basketball lessons sa Facebook as Jude Bagay scores it off the glass.
Parang Gary Payton yun. Kabaka i-inbound pa lang, bababaan ka na, pupostehan ka na mula backcourt.
30-29, EAC recovers. Pero may foul tayo na itinawag.
Foul talaga kasi sinalubong niya pataas, pababa yung tao. Ayan, makikita natin dito on this extra pass on the dive. Ayan, yung Bagay, big man kasi talaga eh.
Awkward pa nga yung pagkaka-itcha doon ni Jude Bagay, but he was able to put it in. EAC is back in front. Dr. Lorenzo, Mancom representative of EAC.
Yeah.
This is his son, right beside him, enjoying Sunday basketball action.
Always busy. Giving classes yesterday sa Masters. Oh.
Wow. Sana maka-enroll po. Father Virgilio Paredes Jr. OAR from San Sebastian this time.
Isa pang busy to dahil they've been developing a lot of things in their curriculum. As I understand, Jade.
Jade Hentapa, former Lady Blazer and finals MVP.
And #1 fan of Jello.
Loristo.
Of course.
Kaya nga minsan nalilito ako pag EAC versus Benilde. Kung sino sinusuportahan niya.
Jello. Pati si Jello nagtatago eh. Paano kung magtatago 6'6" ka? Tapos nung ka uupo.
Minsan.
Diba? Naalala mo last year, nagko-cover na, pagtingin ko nandoon, nakaganyan pa ganun pa yung kaway eh.
Oo, ano? Kala mo, mahirap siya makita.
Oo, kala mo 5'1" eh.
Oh! Meron tayong mga fans dito nagko-comment sa ating YouTube stream. Si Prince David, a supporter of EAC. Thank you so much for tuning in. Si Torres Clee, isa pang San Sebastian fan.
Alam mo sinong comment ng comment?
Sino?
Kaibigan natin, former guard of the EAC General, si Jay Santos. Jay, dun ka kasi mag-comment. Huwag kang mag-comment dun sa direct message ko. Isa sa mga paborito kong barista, former guard of EAC when they first participated in the NCAA.
Was it 2009? Ano?
I am trying to recall. Trying to reshuffle.
Yeah.
But definitely after my time.
Okay. Too strong for Wilmar Oftana. Polo Gabat brings it across.
So dropping into a zone again.
Nepasena has been hot here in the first half. Misses that time. Forward pass. Open is Bagay. Bagay scores. Jude Bagay now with 11 points.
Nabibigay din to ng zone defense. Nakikita natin Jude Bagay will be playing on that wing. In transition, he would leak out. Kasi si Postanes ang nag-other anchor sa ilalim. So si Bagay is, pag tinitingnan mo 2-3 ang nilalaro niya ngayon dito, pero 4 talaga siya. So he leaks out. He gets a lot of transition baskets.
Mintis mula kay Junel Dalarama. And EAC looking to extend their lead. 32-29 right now. Looking to take advantage of this San Sebastian dry spell. 8 to shoot. 7 to shoot. Ochavo has the ball. There's a foul. And that's between Gabat and Oftana. Si Gabat ang tatawagan.
I like this lineup of Coach Gerson Cabiltes. 4 guys who are the same size. 4 guys who can play inside out. Kasi Oftana will be their center loop guy nila. Yung takbo lang na takbo si Shanoda. Si Postanes is their muscle underneath for boxing out, getting extra possessions. Ganda nung fit talaga ng Oftana tsaka Bagay. Mas same size, pwede sila mag-scramble on zone defense. Kasi nakasama na naman sila pagbaba.
Very flexible lineup on the court. Para kay Coach Gerson, ito yung nagtatawag kanina si Oftana. Wala. Ochavo took it himself.
Good ball protection by Kyle Ochavo. may Cobra Kai pa nagalaw.
Cobra Kai.
Diba? Nanonood kasi ng Karate Kid yung daughter ko kahapon. Short chop, makikita nyo to pagka pinakita ulit yung pull-up jumper ni Kyle Chavo. It's just a light swing, not full extension. So he protects himself. Ito on the drive, you know, ever so slight nudge on the forearm to protect that ball.
And he needs to do that, you know,
Strike
against...
fast, strike hard
Yeah, against taller defenders. There's the dish out of Tana ilalapit.
Pero minsan tinatawagan kasi.
Masyado malakas para kay Shanoda. Oh, we have a man down. Christian Risho holding on to his left ankle.
Mukhang nakaapak si Christian Risho. Hopefully it's just a tweak on his ankle and he can walk this one off.
Ayan,
Yan, tighten up the shoelace. Definitely. Compress it. And then get some ice on it right away. As long as it's just an ankle, good. First aid right there by his teammate, Jonel Dalarama. Ito, makikita natin on that misstep. It's on the left ankle.
Ayan,
on that angle.
Ito kay Risho.
Ayun.
Okay.
On plant. It's just an
So,
inversion.
yeah, he didn't step on anybody's foot. Yung
traction lang ng sapatos and counter movement on his plant. Hindi... Nakatape naman yan and he's in tip-top shape.
Yeah.
So, ang kagandahan kasi when you're getting ankle sprains and you're in the middle of the season, mas mabilis gumaling kasi you're in tip-top shape, number 1. Number 2, madaling mag-adapt. Tsaka magaling yung PT nila, si PT Loisy.
Okay.
Yan. Galing yan, brad. Oo, PT namin sa San Beda, yung rookie ako. Ayan, si PT Loy. Hindi, yung nakatayo. Okay. Yung head nila na physical trainer. Tsaka at coaches right now, strength coaches are training ankle mobility, barefoot training pagdating sa strength. So, madaling makabalik ang mga bata. Ganda rin ang development when it comes to sports medicine ngayon.
So, saan na makabalik mamaya itong si Christian Risho? Is one of the
basta nakakagalaw retape. Bukas pa mamamagaya.
Bukas.
Next game pa baka mag-meet si Risho. Pero ngayon, kaya pa ilaro yan. As long as it's not that bad. Konting mobility lang yan. He's off to the races again.
Catch and shoot. Mintes mula kay Filibrico. EAC. Looking to create a bigger hole. Oh, boss. Danis.
Actually, he's an undersized big guys, but they're strong. Kasi it's not even the bare minimum. If you're playing in the NCAA, you have to be strong underneath the basket. Because contact will come. I mean, if you're playing in college, tingnan natin isa pa to, ganda automatic read to pagdating sa EAC. If you're on the weak side, they would go backdoor on the baseline of that initial ball screen action. Marami nilang nakukuha dyan eh. Pero pag nahawakan mo na yan underneath the basket, marami talagang tatalon. Swerte ka kung wala kang kalmot, wala kang pasa after game. Yan po yung reality ng basketball. So you have to be strong underneath the basket.
Especially if you're undersized.
Oh yeah, exactly. Kamu tumalbog nga yung bantay sa kanya. Kaya pagka undersized ka na 4, kung hindi ka naman kasing talented nila Calvin Abueva, kailangan bato-bato ka talaga dyan.
Tama. $36-29. We have a timeout, 31 rather. We have a timeout on the floor. Magbabalik po kami. First time ko ata mag-smile cam this season as we see the students from San Sebastian joining us on a Sunday. Thank you, thank you.
Uy,
yeah.
daming nakangiti.
Kailangan nakasmile.
Yan.
Sana all.
Mart, alam mo sino
Diba?
mga lahat nakasmile ngayon?
Sino?
Because it's a free day and they're watching the NCAA. Ang mga kaibigan natin from the AFP.
Oy.
Our Force of the
Thank
Philippines.
you.
Maraming salamat po mga tropa natin dyan in the Army, of course in the Navy, the Marines, Air Force, Kuya Narayan Xavier, watching Cap Mike Ignario, mga nagsaserve sa atin under the Philippine AFP. Maraming salamat po. And of course, my wife, Carmina, and my daughter, Marla, and DeMarcus, my son, watching, enjoying the action.
Thank you so much. Pero ito naman mga taga-EAC. Ayan o, kanina San Sebastian eh. Ngayon,
Iba talaga yung smile, no?
iba.
Kasi nandito ka na rin.
Tama.
Dito ka ulit. Iba yung ngiti eh. Iba yung vibe.
Tsaka garantisado marami na nanonood. Dahil linggo,
Maulan. Tsaka maulan.
maulan at nasa loob ng bahay. 36-31 is the tally. We have under 3 minutes left in the first half. EAC was able to extend their lead courtesy of a mini run that they're on right now. Here's the dish out. Ochavo aatake. You took that one strong, Coach Hammer.
As he should.
Yeah. That was Kyle Ochavo attacking the gap that time around. This is Felix Villarente, another former Arellano chief.
So, nakikita natin na, Mart, as I was saying kanina about pieces that fit. Si Villarente is a secondary attacker shooter, bagay shooter, Oftana shooter, Shanoda extra possession guy. So, nakikita na natin yung mga build-up ng teams, attributes eh. Kung titignan mo yung mga players' attributes. So, every piece has their role eh. So, very important that you play within that role and it amplifies eh. It amplifies your team's performance. Kaya lang, si Jude Bagay trying to do a little bit too much.
Oh, si Jan Alrin Lianto. Ayan, may EAC fan tayo syempre sa YouTube. Let's go, EAC. Si Jovit de la Cruz. Diba?
Oy, kakampi ko ba yan?
Jovit de la Cruz, former San Sebastian Stag.
Siya ba yun? Joby, di ko ba yun? Message mo nga ako kung ikaw yun.
Uy, salamat Ron Henley. The best talaga tandem niyo, boss.
Mabuhay ka.
Brother, salamat Ron. Thank you, thank you. Comment pa kayo. We'll be glad to
Basahin
read out
namin
the
yan.
comments. Tama. 36-31. Perfect game for you guys to tune in kasi dikitan tayo dito sa first half. Here's the post by Shanoda. Shanoda. Wala. And it is Velasco corralling the board.
Laki rin ni Velasco. No? Laki ng gining niya ng weight. Laki ng kaha ngayon. Dati, pag tumatalbog siya, pag kumukuha ng rebound doon, ngayon tumatalbog na yung mga bantay sa kanya.
Baliktad na. Felebrico steps into it. TJ in and out. Di pa nakukuha ni TJ Felebrico yung kanyang shooting touch dito. You know, came off the bench today, talking about the team captain of San Sebastian. And, well, he's been 0 out of 4 so far.
But he's playing a different role. Kasi last year, he was playing every role para sa kupunan ng San Sebastian. But now, they're a little bit more, paano ba natin sasabihin? Hindi sila rat-ratan maglaro this year. So the stats would be lower. Pero they're a little bit more refined with the way that they execute. Totally different from Coach Arvin that their main advantage was their speed and conditioning. You would tap out. Magta-tap out ka sa San Sebastian. So titirik ka. Pagka sinabayan mo yung pace nila.
And
so,
Coach, nakita natin yan last season. Napakaraming moments para sa San Sebastian.
push lang talaga. Sa dulo lang nagkakatalo.
Last 3 minutes, 2 minutes, humahabol sila. Pinapagod nila yung mga kalaban nila.
Kasi yung Regs Gabat, Polo Gabat, TJ Pellegrino, Paeng Ari. And whoever is having a good game. Si number 52, Nico. Aguilar. So yung lineup na yun, wala, nakakapagod eh. Nagko-cover nga lang tayo, napapagod tayo sa kanila eh.
Correct.
But this team is a little bit more younger, trying to instill a little bit more of a scheme para dito kay Coach Rob. Growing pains, of course, laging may ganyan eh. Laging ganyan yan. There will be growing pains and you need to have a stable leader for them to transition well into a system like that.
And EAC just down by, or just up by 4 here in the second frame.
Shrink na yung depensa dito ng San Sebastian.
No good from Oftana. EJ for the offensive board. Fading away and scores.
Told you. Mid-range guy, EJ Castillo. Tough shot. Fading away and just making it.
Believe it or not, that's his first shot of the game. Castor steps into it. Castor knocks it down.
Told you, this guy, before pa lang, I saw him make 4 3-pointers in their first game. He's a willing shooter and he's a banger. Yan yung mga batang lumaki kila Dirk, yun yung mga yan, 20-year-olds. Di na nga, next generation to, Kevin Durant na eh. Di ba, mga KD na yan.
Jokic.
Walker Kessler na yung pinanonood ngayon.
Walker Kessler.
Tumitira sa labas, rim protector, tumatransition.
Yeah. Chet.
Deep dive yun, Brad.
Holmgren, ha?
Deep dive, ha?
Walker Kessler, ha?
Di Jokic talented talaga eh. Galing pumasa eh.
Dish out, Philip Rico. Is this the shot? No. De La Rama skying for the board. De La Rama.
Foul talaga sa kamay.
Fouled by Jacob Shanoda. So 2 shots coming up for Junel De La Rama.
Naman may mga pinanonood ko yung mga role player. Medyo nagiging dinosaur na yung paborito ko si Steven Adams eh. Pero di naluluma yung offensive rebounding.
Si Steven Adams, wala tira sa labas.
Di naluluma yung offensive rebounding. Lagi kang may value. Tingnan mo tulad nitong ginawa ni De La Rama. Pero right here, yung trail, I've seen multiple European coaches break this down that the 2 most open 3-pointers that you would get will be a drive-in kick on the corner with a strong side help or the Yusuf Al-Jamal special na may seal sa gitna, trail guy ka on the reversal, step in 3-pointer. Maraming salamat, Jamal, dahil sa dami ng sinut mo na gano'n, nandito.
NCAA legend.
Bro, sabi ko sa'yo, paglalabang ko yun. Paglalabang ko yun na hindi pa uso dati yan, ginagawa na ni Jamal yan.
Yusuf Al-Jamal.
Kasi hindi siya pababa sa depensa eh.
Okay.
Diba? Kasi sabihin niyo, kailangan meron rin ng konting job.
May bawi, ah.
Oo, syempre. Balance lang tayo. Balance. Kasi ngayon yun yung ginagawa eh. Binibigay kasi talaga ng depensa. Dahil pag umi-scramble, lahat nasa loob eh. So yung trail guy, kailangan shooter.
Inside, Nico Kinal misses. And that's the end of the first half. Again, just like in the first quarter, a late run by San Sebastian posts the lead down to 1, 38-37 at the half. Pero syempre, abante pa rin po ang EAC Generals. We have numbers and the story of the first half coming right up and performances from our cheerleading squads. Kaya huwag kayong halis, magbabalik po ang NCAA Season 101.